Welcome to Want More with Dr. Moore, the Criminologist of the Bay, where we discuss the criminal justice system and many other interconnected systems that influence the justice system, including education, politics, and law. Your host, Dr. Talia Moore, is a college professor who created this space to discuss and facilitate transformation in criminal justice. Each week, we'll interview dynamic leaders and changemakers in both the professional and private sectors who are impacting justice as we know it, to educate, empower, and enact the changes you want to see. Here's Dr. Moore.
Welcome to Want More with Dr. Moore, the Criminologist of the Bay, where we bring you stories and insights from the intersection of justice and society. I'm your host, Dr. Talia Moore, and today we're diving into a critical topic, what it means to be justice involved. We will discuss how the justice system often catches individuals who have been failed by other societal systems designed to protect them, and explore the intersections of the justice system in relation to society at large. In addition, we will touch on the reentry community and what services are needed to reduce recidivism among this population. To start, let's define what it means to be justice involved. When we talk about being justice involved, we're referring to individuals who have interacted with the criminal justice system, be it through arrest, incarceration, or even diversion programs. This term encompasses a wide range of experiences, illustrating that many individuals are often entangled in a web of systemic failure before they even step foot into a courtroom. So what are the systems that often fail individuals before they find themselves in the justice system? Well, let's break it down. First, when we consider this concept, looking at lack of support and guidance can lead to disengagement from school. So really bringing in the education system. Students who struggle academically or face disciplinary issues might drop out, which can push them towards criminal behavior as a means of coping or survival. Secondly, looking at our social services system, many individuals involved in the justice system come from disadvantaged backgrounds where they may not have received adequate support from social services. This can include poverty, homelessness, or family dysfunction. And when social services fail to provide the right support, it can lead to desperation and involvement in criminal activities. And the mental health system is our next or third system to really look at. A staggering number of individuals with mental health issues end up in jail or prison because they do not receive proper mental health care. The mental health system often lacks the resources to provide adequate treatment or support, leaving individuals to navigate their struggles without help. And then we look at the child welfare system. Many justice-involved individuals have a history in the child welfare system. They may have experienced abuse, neglect, or foster care, which can lead to feelings of alienation and hopelessness. This trauma often leads to behavioral issues, which can manifest in criminal activity. And lastly, looking here at the Child Protective Services, a system designed to provide safety and security to children and is tasked with safeguarding them, but it often finds itself overwhelmed and under-resourced. Children removed from their families sometimes face instability, which can negatively affect their development, leading to future justice involvement as adults. The consequences of these systemic failures don't just affect the individuals, they ripple through families and communities, perpetuating cycles of disadvantage and criminalization. When these systems do not work in unison, we create a multi-layered crisis where individuals, many of whom are vulnerable, feel that their only option is to turn to unlawful activities and behaviors that result in justice involvement. We can incarcerate these individuals, the same ones often who were failed by every other system. And what is the result for many people incarcerated and then released from custody? They are subjected to a host of barriers that only work to further subject them to increased chances of reoffending. In America, the world of criminal justice isn't just about crime and punishment. It touches on education, healthcare, employment, and housing, and it influences the lives of millions. So let's unravel how these systems are interlinked and why understanding them matters. Let's talk about justice reform. Statistically, the United States has one of the highest incarceration rates in the world. Over 2 million people are behind bars, and millions more have a criminal record. But what happens when these individuals are released? Well, the simple answer is that they may face many barriers to reentry, barriers that bolster a cycle of recidivism. To reduce these barriers and reform the justice system means not just addressing crime, but also addressing the root causes that lead to crime in the first place. Programs that support mental health, addiction recovery, and job training, for example, are essential components of an effective reentry strategy. So it's imperative for us to advocate for reforms that promote second chances and holistic approaches to justice. Let's dig a little bit deeper into the reentry population itself. Who are they? Well, when we think about who they are fathers, mothers, brothers, sisters, individuals who have made a mistake but seek to reintegrate into society. According to the Bureau of Justice statistics, approximately 600,000 people are released from state and federal prisons each year. 600,000 people are coming home every year from our detention facilities. And to think about this, within 3 years of their release, 2/3 of these individuals will be rearrested. This statistic emphasizes a dire need to support those transitioning back into society. The reentry experience involves overcoming several hurdles, from finding stable housing to securing employment, often minored by stigmas and legal barriers. The reentry experience often involves overcoming several hurdles, from finding stable housing to securing employment, and understanding these obstacles is crucial. We need to promote policies that offer support, such as housing assistance and employment programs that are specifically tailored to individuals with criminal records. Now, here's where it gets really interesting. The criminal justice system doesn't operate in a vacuum. It intersects with virtually every other system in society. Take education, for example. Research shows a direct correlation between educational attainment and crime rates. Individuals with less education are more likely to be incarcerated. Investing in educational programs and communities can help reduce crime and improve reentry outcomes. Then we have healthcare. Many individuals in the justice system struggle with mental health and addiction issues. It's critical that healthcare services are accessible both during incarceration and post-release. And let's not forget about employment. When individuals can't find stable jobs after release, they might return to crime out of necessity. This highlights the importance of employer education on hiring practices for formerly incarcerated individuals. As we wrap up today's episode, it's evident that the need for informed responses to justice reform is greater than ever. Understanding the nuances of the reentry population and what justice involvement means isn't just beneficial, it's vital for societal progress. So I challenge each of you to take this information into your communities, whether it's through advocacy, volunteering, or simply educating yourself and those around you. You can make a difference. Thank you for tuning in to Want More with Dr. Moore, the criminologist of the Bay. If you found this episode informative, please share it with your friends, subscribe, and leave us a review. And remember, true justice means understanding and supporting those who have fallen through the cracks. Until next time, educate, empower, and enact the changes you want to see. Want more.
Want more with Dr. Moore, the criminologist of the Bay? Follow us on Facebook at Want More, and like and subscribe on Instagram at Want More Dr. Moore for more information and future episodes. Until next time, educate, empower, and enact the changes you want to see. Want more.